What's up, everybody? Tommy here, Math Productions, and another video on No Man's Sky, right? So after checking it out the other day for the first time ever, the game's been out like a decade, right? Never have I played it till the other day. That video's up on the channel now, and I said in that video, it gave me an itch, and I had to scratch it. I had to figure out about these Xenopets and figured that out. I wanted to figure out more about the base building and stuff like that. And the main way I had to do that, I knew, was I had to follow that initial quest line, Awakening or whatever, for a little bit at least, so I could unlock some of the blueprints for the things I was wanting, right? Like the creature pellets specifically. You see that little buddy? You saw that little buddy. We pet it there on screen, but we got us our first little creature companion, you know what I'm saying? Super cool. But that's where we'll start out with, again, my mixed feelings on this game. I have big time mixed feelings on this game. I'm gonna say one last time, like, to not be harping, right? I know I'll mention it again. People will comment or ask about it, and I'll reply, obviously. But I no longer believe anybody who is making a direct comparison between Starfield and No Man's Sky. I do not believe they are making that comparison in good faith. These games are in no way the same. They're in no way the same. Do they look similar because they got spacesuits and they got spaceships and there's alien planets and creatures? Sure, again, there's aesthetical components that absolutely are fair to compare aesthetically. But like, look at this right now. So like the tree guy, super cool, right? This is not a serious game, and I don't mean that as disrespect. I am one of the people who would have felt that if Starfield had aliens, that it would have been, if done right, you know what I'm saying, within that universe that they've established, if done right, aliens would have been a welcome addition, right? These aliens are really cool. I really enjoy them. I'm not put off by them, like to the point where I don't want to play this game. But this is not a serious game. They look really cool. They do not look real. You know what I'm saying? And that's subjective because we're talking about aliens that don't actually exist. So it's not fair for me to say what looks real or what doesn't. I'm just speaking from my own personal taste. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what I like for this genre. But that's one of my biggest hurdles with this game, is it just does not look very, very serious. So like, even when you're on the planets, when you're looking at the creatures, it doesn't feel very serious. But what it does absolutely feel like, especially when you're on the planets and when you're looking at the flora and the fauna of the planets, right? Like, I don't understand how this game is not directly compared more with Ark. It reminds me so much of Ark. It's not even funny. Again, Starfield, No Man's Sky, space exploration. If you're going with just that, broad stroke label of a niche, right? If you're going with just that, a space exploration sim, sure, then you can compare them, and there's no comparison. It depends on your personal style. If you want to solo run, maybe do some questline stuff, but really just be out on your own, exploring and mining and building. Honestly, No Man's Sky might be the one. Starfield is great for its exploration. It is a lot of fun for its building, but a lot of the exploration and building that I love in Starfield is made better to the way that I like playing it via mod, right? Via mods. This game, no mods, it's base. So this game, if you're wanting, like I said, that isolated, kind of more quiet, more passive, just out there doing your own thing at your own pace, then No Man's Sky really is a fantastic game for that. I'm having a lot of fun with it because of that aspect of play specifically. The quest line is fun, but really, again, I've just been grinding towards being able to create like creature pellets and trying to unlock more building blueprints. I need to get more salvage data or whatever. I don't have any at the moment, so like all the decorative things that I really want, I don't have any right now except for like some random like hydroponic planter thing or whatever, and a light. Those are like the only two decorative pieces I have. We'll get back to the base at the end of the video and I'll show you guys what I've got going there. But yeah, like, I don't even remember where I was going. I was rambling. So back to the point that I'm trying to make. This game is Ark, basically. Think about when you play Ark. What happens? You wake up on the beach. And I'm talking Ark Survival Evolved, not Ascended, right? I got a video on this channel of Ascended that I tried it out for like an hour. But basically, all I'm speaking from directly is Evolved. It's basically the same thing anyway. But either way, in Ark, you start out on a beach, you wake up, you scratch your wrist, and you go out and you start harvesting raw materials so that way you can start building and crafting and upgrading your equipment, building a base, building a place to store all these things that you're harvesting before going out and exploring the rest of the island, right? What have I done so far in No Man's Sky? I woke up on a random planet, immediately started harvesting and extracting raw components to be able to craft, upgrade, and build and repair all of my equipment and my ship, and was encouraged to start building a base early on, right? I just got to the point now where I'm able to unlock storage. I got the blueprints for storage containers or whatever, but I haven't crafted one yet. But I just got the blueprint unlocked before I got off playing to make this video, right? But also shout out, I finished recording the 1.1 dialogue line updates for the Xeno Ambassador mod by Ghostwriter231. Tons and tons of great lines, you know what I'm saying? Some classics. There's so many red dots and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Be our friend! Tons and tons and tons of fun lines for different, random, a variety of scenarios. So if you're one that uses acts of friends to thwap the Xeno Ambassador, to have them out in the field mobbing around with you and your gang, they're going to have so many more lines of dialogue now, depending on what situation you find yourself in, right? Super excited for Ghost to work their magic on those lines, and for that update to come out and be available, right? But that's enough side shamelessly plugging, you know what I'm saying, the Xeno Ambassador by Ghostwriter231. If you play Starfield, you should already be playing with Xeno Master, so that way you can get your own creature companions, creature pets in Starfield. No Man's Sky's got that by default. I'll give them that. The Xenos look cartoonish, but it has that ability built in, right? Ghost Rider brought it to Starfield, and the Xeno Ambassador is Tommy, and it's me, and it's a way that you can purchase Xenomaster items in-game, as well as we've done a bunch of different bits of like lore-friendly type things, talking about locations and Xenos, and reactions to whatever Xeno you might have with you whenever you find the Xeno Ambassador. I literally just recorded those right before I started recording this. When I get done recording this, I'm gonna listen to both the playbacks, and then I'll get the dialogue over to Ghost, and I'll start exporting this file to upload it here this evening on the channel. Back to the actual review though. What have I done? I followed this main quest out to some anomaly space station, and in that anomaly space station we found out about Alexis, I think was the name, or Artemis, that was it. Artemis was the name, and they're missing, so we're trying to find them. There's people on the anomaly that are going to help us out as well, and I'm starting to get familiar with being able to space travel, right? Whether it's going from one planet to another, getting over to some of these space stations. What I really like in the space stations, I've got one built at the base as well. It makes you build one if you follow the main quest line. But there is a fast travel. There is a fast travel mechanic in No Man's Sky. So for all the people that say Starfield should get away with fast travel entirely or whatever, to be fair, I might not being fair. I can't cite necessarily anybody in my memory that's making that bold of a argument. But there is like a fast travel. That's what I'm about to show. If you get to these space stations, again, I got one at my base. There's these terminals you can build that are going to make it easier for the player to navigate from one location to the next. I've found a star station in 2 separate systems, so it's a quick way that I can warp between those 2 star systems without having to use up the warp cells and the fuel for my ship itself, right? but it also then gives me a way that I can get back to my base camp. So the last thing we're going to show here, getting back to base camp, we got one. See, they just look so cartoonish. They're all smooth and shiny, like I'm playing a kid's game. It's advanced, so like a little kid, they could play this, but they might struggle. I feel like, unless they're smart, you know what I'm saying? But like an average young kid, they ain't playing this, but that's what that Xeno looks like it's for. It's got the little emote things. But anyway, we tamed us another little creature companion. This one we can ride. That's freaking cool. So like, again, there's so much about this game that I genuinely really do like and have fun with. That's why I was playing it today in my free time as opposed to Starfield. I'm gonna get back to Starfield. It's definitely my favorite still of the two. But for as much as I still don't like about this game, there is definitely still quite a few aspects of this game that I really, really enjoy. I'm intrigued by the idea of the expeditions or whatever that are available periodically or whatever. I don't know how they work, but they sound fun. A bunch of people say they like them, so that'll be fun. And then I swear I've heard something about there's like a multiplayer type aspect where like people can visit your base or you can play together. I don't know. If anybody on this channel plays consistently, let us know in the comments for sure. Maybe we can get like a little channel game going on or something like that. We can have some fun with it. I don't know. But the game is fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to slow up playing it because I do miss the Starfield, but we're definitely going to keep No Man's Sky in the rotation for a little bit. I hope that you've been enjoying the videos, the one I did yesterday, this one here. If you did, I hope you press the like button. Hope you consider subscribing to the channel. There's a lot more content on the way. And as always, take care till next time.